Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Hi, good morning. Happy Thursday. It's July 22nd.
We have some new information. Car sales continue to be through the roof right now, and we have new data from IC Cars. And this is about the fastest selling new and used vehicles right here in San Antonio. We have the top 5 new and the top 5 used.
That's right. So let's look at the list. I guess at number 1, we have the fastest selling new cars. We have Toyota RAV4. And then Toyota Camry coming in at number 2.
And at number 3, we have the Toyota 4Runner and the Toyota Sienna.
And at number 5, we have the Toyota Tacoma, all new cars.
All right, and those are selling on an average of anywhere from 2 to 4 days. So very, very fast out the door for those new cars. What about the top 5 used cars selling right now in San Antonio?
Yeah, so at the top of the list, a GMC Yukon, and that it takes an average of that one 15.7 days to sell.
And then we have the Toyota CHR, and that is a subcompact SUV. That one's selling in about 17 days.
And this one, not surprising for me, I see a lot of this Ford Expedition Max, and that one takes about 17.8 days to sell.
And then rounding out the 4 and 5, we have the Acura TLX sedan and the Mitsubishi Outlander Sport SUV. Those sell in about 20 days' time.
It says IC Cars analyzed 1 million new and used car sales in June of 2021, and that's how they got the numbers.
Hot demand continues as the microchip shortage continues to impact the new and used car markets.
Yeah, but Toyota really big here in San Antonio.
No doubt about that.
Let's look at today's 9 at 9. Of the nearly 9,000 Texans who have died from COVID-19 since February, only 43 were fully vaccinated. Texas health officials say this data proves that the possibility of dying from the virus is much higher for unvaccinated individuals.
As new COVID cases continue to rise, Governor Greg Abbott says he will not impose a new mask mandate, instead leaving it up to businesses.
Biden's $1 trillion infrastructure bill will have to go up for another vote after Senate Republicans voted against it. Those in opposition say the bill needs more work. President Biden is hopeful lawmakers can pass the bill by next week.
First Lady Jill Biden is in Tokyo this morning. She will head the U.S. delegation at the opening ceremonies of the Olympics tomorrow. President Biden is not planning on attending the games.
Representative Philip Cortez is facing backlash from his Democratic colleagues after returning to Texas from Washington. Cortez says he returned to start dialogue with Republicans in Austin about why Democrats do not support the highly debated voting rights bill. Cortez is the first and only Democrat to return to Texas.
A Florida judge says victims and families of the Surfside condo collapse will be compensated a minimum of $150 million initially. So far, 97 victims have been identified. The collapse site is now completely cleared of debris.
The nation's largest utility company, Pacific Gas and Electric, will spend at least $15 billion burying power lines in an effort to reduce sparking more wildfires. The company claims responsibility for starting some of the largest wildfires in the U.S.
San Antonio's Emergency Housing Assistance Program has more than $50 million available to help families in need. The program has helped more than 40,000 households pay rent and utilities. Details on how to apply for funding can be found at KSAT.com.
And the Milwaukee Bucks will celebrate their NBA victory with a first of a kind for the team, a street parade. The last time the Bucks won a championship, which was 1971, they did not get a parade. It was only the Bucks' 3rd season in existence, and that's today's 9 at 9.
Coming up in just a moment, we're going to check in with Stephen Cavazos. He's talking about some big backups on part of Loop 410.
But first, let's go ahead and check in with Justin. It's a nice 75 degrees out there.
Feels pretty good. We started off pretty nice this morning. More chances for rain today, though. This is kind of our last day, and then things are going to get really hot and toasty this weekend. There's some of the headlines. Scattered downpours today, drier. We get some of that Saharan dust this weekend. We got to contend with that. Otherwise, hot, hazy, and humid. That'll be sort of the theme going forward here in time. And as we look at the radar, we do have some showers and storms out there along the coast. Nothing here around our viewing area, at least at the moment, but we think that it will get more active as we get into the afternoon. Right now, we're putting in about a 40% chance of rain. Southeasterly winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Your high temperatures right where they've been last few days, close to 90 degrees. Pretty significant heat up, though, this weekend. We're going to talk more about that and look into next week, too, coming up here in just a couple minutes. But let's get over to Steven now with that backup over at 410.
Yeah, thanks so much, Justin. Things are moving, but not very fast here at the shot of Loop 410 at WW White. You can see that we do have a few flashing lights, a little bit blurry from the shot at TransGuide, but you can make them out right over here. As we mentioned, traffic is moving, but rather slowly at this hour, and that's because TxDOT has reported a crash right here off Loop 410 southbound at Rigsby Avenue. You can see that traffic is moving right now at 10 miles per hour, so that's quite the slowdown, especially as this is a pretty busy hour for the roadways. Some of the major issues that we're also spotting are a bunch of stalls around the city and are some of our outlying areas. This one here off US 90 westbound at General Hudnall Drive, and that trend continues right over here further down off Loop 410 southbound, a stalled vehicle at US 90. We're going to jump up to a few different places here and show you where we're spotting them. I-35 northbound, stalled vehicle at Loop 410 there, and we're starting to see some backups. And that again seems to be the issue right now, and that crash that we just showed you. Just a reminder again, contact highway emergency response operators if you are stranded on the highway. They provide a number of services there. Their number 210-732-HERO. But bringing it back to TransGuide, things are moving here again at Loop 410 at WW White, but not very fast. Mark, Stephanie.
All right, thanks for the update on what's happening over there on the east side. Stephen, appreciate it. Top stories we're following today. San Antonio fire crews spent hours battling this blaze at a commercial building on the city's north side.
Now that the flames are out, investigators have the task of determining what caused that fire. Jonathan Cotto has been at the scene all morning and has the latest.
That's right. I'm located on the corner of West Hildebrand and Catalina Avenue, not too far from I-10, where, as you can see, fire crews are still working the scene. The San Antonio Fire Department arriving close to 1 o'clock this morning to heavy smoke at this multi-business commercial building. According to fire investigators, crews immediately attacked the flames that they say eventually broke through the roof. It's important to mention no injuries were reported. Arson and fire investigation units are on scene. Reporting, Jonathan Cotto, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Jonathan. Other top stories we're following for you this morning. A separate fire on the west side kept fire crews busy.
This one happening at the home in the 2100 block of South Laredo Street. Crews believe this might have been an electrical fire that made its way into the attic of the home.
Now, there were people inside when the blaze started. They made it out safely, and firefighters quickly knocked down the flames. Damages estimated to be under $50,000.
A hospital patient is in police custody after threatening a security guard and stealing an ambulance.
Yeah, this happened around 11:30 last night in the 100 block of Dallas Street. And that's where officers say a patient walked out of a downtown area hospital and made his way towards an ambulance that still had the keys in the ignition.
When a hospital security guard tried to stop him, the patient pulled out a knife. The guard ran back to his vehicle, grabbed his gun, and shot the tire on the ambulance. Police
officers eventually caught up to the patient at the Greyhound station in the 500 block of St. Mary Street, where he was taken into custody.
The trial for Otis McKane continues later today. Jurors heard new testimony in yesterday's session, which included the words, quote, "It felt good to shoot him," end quote.
Happened while a San Antonio police officer was on the stand testifying about the arrest of Otis McKane, the man accused of murdering Detective Benjamin Marconi in 2016. One by one, SWAT officers took the stand to explain their roles at the time of Otis McKane's arrest.
The video of the arrest and this testimony were used to show no shots were fired and that McKane was compliant the entire time.
I opened the driver's side door, scanned and assessed the suspect for any weapons on his person, undid his seatbelt, assisted him to the ground, at which point he was handcuffed and taken into custody.
Another witness who testified, Officer Parker Morris, he's the one who walked McKane to the magistrate's office after he was taken into custody. According to Morris, McKane told him during a pat-down search he killed Detective Marconi and that it, quote, felt good to shoot him, end quote.
The trial resumes today at 1 p.m. Eric Hernandez will be there and brings us updates later today. You can also watch it live on KSAT.com. Turning to education now, school may still be a few weeks away, but many students at SAISD are taking the next step in their academic journey.
It's all part of SAISD's Jumpstart, made possible by the Congressional COVID Funding CARES Act Emergency Relief and a group of principals that developed the academic plan.
Alicia Beretta visited Bonham Academy to learn more about Jumpstart and how young scholars are adapting to being back in the classroom. Good morning, Alicia.
Good morning, Mark and Stephanie. Well, the cool thing about Jumpstart is that each campus is able to stay unique to their pillars of teaching. So here at Bonham Academy, that includes the art, that includes music classes like mariachi, and also environmental science.
I'm going to get some people to help out that are ready and where they need to be.
Who knew school could be so fun? Gardening tools, some dirt, and beautiful green plants are all part of the Jumpstart curriculum at Bonham Academy.
Kids love being outside. They love getting their hands dirty. They love working with the shovels. We also have some woodworking classes. When they make something, it means something.
Under the ESSER Fund, established as part of the Education Stabilization Fund in the CARES Act, a group of SAISD principals, including Mr. David Nungaray, began meeting with the academic office in the spring to develop the summer program unlike any other to engage students early on.
It's an opportunity for kids to engage in fun, innovative, enriching things that really help bring out the best in our kids, the best in our teachers, and really help support the re-entry back into the school for our kids.
But for some students, it's also their chance to explore their new campuses for the first time and ease any anxieties they or their parents may have in relation to the pandemic.
Priority might be on the academics, but really we want the priority to be on their well-being. They've been very excited. They love coming in the mornings and they love seeing their friends. I think the opportunity that they have to interact with their peers, not through a screen, but in person, is it was something that's been missing.
Jumpstart has a big focus on STEAM and STEM programs, as well as the arts. Fun activities like Heads Up test students' vocabulary. Gardening can teach responsibility and help kids relax. And simply being back in the classroom allows them to reconnect with friends and teachers they haven't seen in more than a year.
This all made me want to be a student again. The cool thing about Jumpstart, it's 2 weeks long, and actually they're just about wrapping up the first week, but the fun doesn't end there. It's thanks to these ESSER funds that Jumpstart will be able to meet with the same group of kids sometime in the fall, and then again towards the end of the school year to make sure that these kids are still engaged and having fun. Mark, Steph?
Thank you, Alicia.
Time right now is 9:10, about 76 degrees. Still ahead on GMSA at 9.
And hear from the sole Texas Democrat on why he chose to leave his colleagues in Washington amid the ongoing walkout on special session.
And after the break, a bit of rain, PTSD forming for some in San Antonio of last month's flooding, how local officials are working to make sure it doesn't happen again.
And welcome back. It's 9:13. The rounds of rain this week triggering some distress for some residents who witnessed damaging floods earlier this month. One councilwoman now highlighting San Antonio's approach to flood control.
Our Patty Santos tells us what the plan is moving forward and how flooding victims can help make progress.
It was a nightmare.
It's a summer thriller that just won't end.
I thought I was going to lose my home. It was really traumatic experience.
Homeowners across San Antonio can only stand by and document with pictures and videos like this as the rainwaters invaded their streets, yards, and for some, their homes.
And the water was calf high. All the way up. If it didn't stop raining, it would have been to my knees and it would have been in our house too.
Eleanor Johnson from the Great Northwest Homeowners Community near Tezel and Culebra says for the first time in more than 20 years of living here, she witnessed homes flood.
Now every time we think it's going to rain, we panic.
There are certain areas we've learned over the last several weeks that have not historically flooded, have maybe never flooded, and flooded this last time around.
District 6 Councilwoman Melissa Cabello Haverda says she's working on a plan for the flood-prone areas in her district, but she needs homeowners to help her track any new areas flooding this summer.
These are my people, right? I want to do everything I can to help them.
She wants residents in her district to email photos and information about the flooding they're experiencing to her office. She says this will allow the city staff to start working on a plan and look for solutions.
The water is just rising and rising and rising, and there's not a lot that even the homeowners can do about it. The next best thing I can do is get the information and get funding to help them so it doesn't happen again.
Neighbors say they're ready to see the city take action.
We're in this together, and hopefully something gets resolved with this issue.
Was Patty Santos reporting.
Let's go ahead and check in with Justin. I know we're expecting some rain, but not a lot of rain today.
Hopefully not like that. That, of course, resulted from 8 to 9 inches of rain that came pretty quickly. We're not looking for that today. You're going to get 1/4 of an inch, maybe 1/2 an inch with any activity that pops up, like yesterday with some of those afternoon showers and storms. I don't want to jinx anything, guys, but we're going to look at the first 100-degree day climatology here. We averaged June 26th. We've made it now almost all the way through July without having to talk about triple digits. The earliest we've ever seen a 100-degree day is February 21st. Back in 1996, that was very unusual. And then the latest, September 1st, 1985. Now, there have been 23 years where we haven't seen 100-degree days at all, the last being 2007. So maybe we'll get to add 2021 to that list. It remains to be seen. We've got to get through August and September, and we know that we'll still get some pretty hot days ahead. Let's take a look at the month in review so far, and most of July has been below average. We've seen really the last couple of weeks, last 3 weeks, where we've seen temperatures below average. It was just the start of the month where we had either average temperatures or one day above average. So we've been doing really good here, and a lot of it is because we've had the clouds and those chances for rain almost each and every afternoon. Now, as we go forward, we are going to see some hotter temperatures. Not triple digits as far as the air temperature is concerned, but the heat index will jump up to around 100, and we'll start that tomorrow and through the weekend, so it will be toasty. There's a look at the radar right now. We do have some showers along the coast, but that's the only rain we see at this hour, stretching from Corpus all the way up towards the Galveston area. Here in San Antonio, it's been mostly sunny, although we're starting to get some clouds rolling in from the south. We'll see some off and on clouds today, and some of these clouds will bubble up into some downpours. That's what the computer model is thinking anyway. This is around 4 o'clock, showing some isolated to scattered showers and storms, probably increasing a bit as we get into this evening, and then once the sun goes down, just like we've seen last couple days, the showers and storms will begin to dissipate. There's the scene outside right now. Really pretty nice. 76 southeasterly winds at about 7 miles per hour. Dew point is down just a bit, down to 71 this morning. We've seen some dew points in the 60s, so that feels just a little bit better. 74 Tarpley, 75 right now in Hondo, 73 Bandera. We're at 77 Cotulla, 75 in Kennedy, and 77 out there in Del Rio. Dew points, as I mentioned, there are some 60s on the map. That is an improvement. Most places have been in the 70s the last couple days, so just slightly drier air working in. And as we look at the futurecast, our low that is bringing us our rain chances today moves away. High pressure builds in, and it really starts to expand as we get into the weekend and early next week. Although by Tuesday, it moves far enough north to where we may get a couple of disturbances moving around the edge through South Texas Tuesday and Wednesday. I'm not really hopeful for rain chances, but we can't rule out a couple of coastal showers either one of those days. So that's really the only hope, I think, for any sort of rain beyond today. As we look at the forecast for today, temperatures close to 90, 40% chance of rain. I'd say that's between 2 and approximately 6, 7 o'clock. That's sort of our window with our best rain chances. 94 tomorrow, 95 Saturday, 96 on Sunday. And yes, we do have to mention the Saharan dust. Plume works its way in this weekend, so not only will it be hot and humid, it will also be a little hazy, and there are those slight chances for a few coastal showers Tuesday and Wednesday, but no triple digits in that 7-day forecast, guys.
That's good news. Thank you, Justin.
Right now, it's just about 9:20 and 76 degrees.
Still ahead on GMSA at 9. An empty slab of concrete remains where a multi-story condo once stood. A look at what's next in Surfside now that cleanup is over with. And welcome back. It's 9:22. The site of a Miami area condo building that collapsed is now desolate. The rubble is gone, leaving only the tragic memories of what happened there almost 3 weeks ago.
As Rosh Lowe reports, the chaos and panic is over and the investigation into what happened is underway, but the focus remains on the families involved.
This new view of the land that once housed the Champlain Towers South condominium strikes you. There is emptiness.
It's unsettling for all of us in that it's kind of over now, and we weren't able to pull anybody out.
Surfside Mayor Charles Burkett was hoping for a miracle.
I gotta say, though, that we left nothing on the table. We pulled out all the stops. We used all the resources. and everybody put their heart and soul into saving people if they could have been saved.
But 96 bodies have been recovered.
It's heartbreaking.
On Burkett's wrist, he wears the bracelet of 12-year-old Elisheva Cohn, who lost her father, Dr. Brad Cohn.
Elisheva made this bracelet for me. At some point at the community center, she was there with the comfort dogs.
Elisheva had such hope her dad would be found alive.
He's a doctor, so he fixes other people that have, their bones are crushed. And now this happens to him, so he should be saved just like he saves other people.
It began with the hope, and then recovery, and then removing mountains of rubble, and now desolation. All people can do when they come by the memorial is to pray.
I am a man of faith. I believe in God. I believe that he's got a hand in this and he's in control, and that he will give the families the comfort they need.
So much comfort needed, where answers are hard to come by, where dreams of miracles have been dashed, and where emptiness is the only thing you see, where there once was so much life.
And that was Rochelo reporting. Investigators are storing some debris they might use as evidence. The rest is in a lot where survivors or victims' families can search for belongings.
I was telling Steph, I was reading an article about that site last night. Now that it's clear the discussion has actually begun, and all sorts of legal wrangling has already started to take place, class action lawsuits and such. But the discussion has begun now. What do we do at the site? Some residents want them to rebuild it. Some people say, I will never live in a building on that site. Some want there to be a memorial, and some people are saying it should be a mixture of both, kind of like Ground Zero in New York City.
Yeah, but that will take some time.
Oh yeah, they said this is years and years in the planning, still to come. Well, there's much more coming up here on GMSA at 9.
Apparently, winning the NBA championship works up a big appetite. A look at what the Milwaukee Bucks and 50 chicken nuggets have in common.
That's a fun story. Plus, what goes into becoming an American citizen? A personal look at the process with one of our own producers from GMSA coming up right here.
And also later, the Olympics are all kinds of different this year, from no fans to new precautions, even new games. So look at the newest Olympic sport.
And as we check on the roads with TransGuide right now, we still have delays out there on the east side of town on Loop 410 near Rigsby and W.W. White. We had an incident earlier, and it is slowing traffic on that curve a little bit closer to the left-hand side of your screen. We'll keep an eye on it for you right here on GMSA at 9.
And the shift in the battle over a Texas voting bill. One of the House Democrats who left the state for Washington, D.C. to prevent a restrictive voting rights bill from passing is now back in Texas.
San Antonio lawmaker Philip Cortez argues he is taking on a different strategy, but not all of his colleagues agree with his decision. KSAT's John Paul Barajas spoke to him to find out what led to his return to Austin.
A little over a week after nearly 60 House Democrats fled the state to deprive Republicans the minimum number of lawmakers to vote on a restrictive voting bill, one is back at the Capitol, but says his goal is still the same.
I came back strictly to have these open communication lines, discussions, negotiations. Had the opportunity not been there to begin this dialogue and these discussions, I would have stayed in D.C. to continue to stand with my Democratic colleagues.
Representative Philip Cortez explains Republicans requested that any discussion or potential compromise on the bill be done in the House. His return still does not give Republicans enough members to vote, and Cortez claims a small group of lawmakers in D.C. asked him to come negotiate on their behalf. He wouldn't name them, but said it was 5 to 4 others. Democratic Representative Ina Minjares is not one of them.
She put in her statement, it's disheartening to think that some representatives might value a gavel over protecting the voting rights of all Texans. How does that make you feel and going forward?
I'm not going to let that statement distract from my job here. And my job is to try to improve House Bill 3.
Is there a tear between the Democratic caucus right now, or is this just a different route you guys are trying to work through?
It's important that any issue, especially a controversial one like this, that we have different tracks that we're taking to address the issue.
Cortez says him coming back is simply another way to try and improve language in the voting bill, and that he hopes to target key topics like poll watchers, 24-hour and drive-through voting, as well as mail-in ballots. Tomorrow, the good faith negotiations, as he called it, will begin as he's set to meet with the author of the bill, Andrew Murr.
That was our John Paul Barajas reporting.
And taking a look outside with live cam, looks really pretty out there. I'm going to enjoy the 70s right now.
Enjoy it for, another hour or so. We go from one beautiful picture to another. Take a look at this one on our KSAT Connect. I love this shot. Showing the thunderstorms yesterday, kind of looking up to the blue sky in between the storms. Very nice. Definitely some good photography there. And yes, those thunderstorms, they look a little ominous at times. They'll dump some good rain and then they'll move right along. We haven't had any severe weather, and that's just the way we like it. We'll see some more of this today, more of these pop-up downpours, and there may be a few rumbles of thunder here and there. The radar right now isn't giving us much here over San Antonio. In fact, all the activity is right along the coast. We do think, though, as we get some more heating today, we'll see the radar become a bit more active, and we'll get some showers and storms out there. Pollen count is in. It's good news. Mold is down, 4,840, down from yesterday. We should see this steadily fall, but as we get rid of mold, keep in mind we're going to add some of that Saharan dust next couple of days. No rest for the weary, right? 40% chance of rain today. We'll top out near 90 degrees. Southeasterly winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Rain chances will decrease once the sun goes down, and after that, rain chances go away altogether. We'll have a look at the 7-day forecast and that Saharan dust forecast, too, coming up here in just a couple minutes, guys.
Thank you, Justin. Back out to 410 at WW White. This is the Rigsby area. Flashing lights out there. We've still got folks tapping the brakes in that area. Looks like traffic does ease up as it gets closer to the TransGuide camera itself.
And the Tokyo Games will be unlike any Olympics of the modern era. Along with all the pandemic restrictions and changes, there are also some major firsts.
Two new events make their Olympic debut on Sunday: surfing and skateboarding. Blake Essig is in Tokyo with more.
At Triangle Park in Osaka, creativity is king. Here, it doesn't matter who you are, where you come from, or how much air you catch. It's all about innovation, art, and self-expression.
People should feel free when they skateboard. It's better if there are no rules.
For more than 30 years, this park has been home to Japan's underground skateboard scene, the birthplace of alternative skating, and a diverse crew of skaters known around the globe as the Osaka Daggers. Taiichiro Nakamura, better known as Chopper, is considered by many as its father. He's been skateboarding on the streets of Osaka since he was a teenager.
Skateboarding represents freedom and diversity for me, so I'm trying to inspire younger people to value those ideas too. We want to foster an environment where everyone is free to express their own unique style.
The Osaka Daggers are not a team, but instead a culture, a pioneering group that was once considered nothing more than rebels and misfits, now represents the foundation of skateboarding here in Japan.
A foundation that Daisuke Hayakawa, coach of the Japanese Olympic skateboard team, says will, in a sense, be on display when skateboarding makes its Olympic debut at the Games here in Tokyo.
At the Olympics, people will be able to see how skaters express their creativity and ideas through skateboarding. While skateboarding became an Olympic sport, it's important to remember the culture around it.
A culture that could become more widely accepted as the sport goes mainstream.
I think the future is bright for skateboarding.
Back in Osaka, while the Olympics have already had a big influence on shifting perceptions around skateboarding, these skaters say acceptance and change remains a constant struggle, as skating here is still technically against city rules.
From the outside, it looks like this park belongs to young people, but when we skateboard here, the police always come.
But that hasn't stopped Chopper and his crew from doing what they love at Triangle Park and just down the street at the indoor skate park, sharing the passion and culture embedded in their DNA with the next generation.
I started skateboarding when I was 3. I think it's a really fun sport.
Hokuto Yonimura, at 9 years old, is the youngest Osaka Dagger, a talented skater with big aspirations.
I want to make it to the Olympics because I really want to win the gold medal.
A dream starting this year that could become a reality as sport and culture collide for the world to see. Blake Essex, CNN, Osaka.
Have you watched any of the games yet?
Not yet.
They started a couple days ago. I was watching Team USA versus Canada in softball last night, and Team USA won 1-0.
Oh, well, good.
Yeah.
Well, good. Well, that's a good way to start watching.
Yeah, just kind of
with the win.
getting warmed up, and watching some events when we can. Time difference is a bit radical.
It is different this
year. I was watching last night, and it was like 9 a.m. Fukushima time.
Wow.
Yeah, so we got to factor that in too. 9:37, about 77 degrees. You're watching GMSA at 9.
An emotional journey, 6 years in the making, is finally complete for one of our very own KSAT producers. A look at what it takes to become an American citizen. That's next. And welcome back. It's 9:40. So here's a question. Do you think you'd be able to pass the citizenship exam to become an American? It's actually not an easy task.
One of our GMSA producers, Gabi Áñez, recently finished the process and joins us this morning to talk about this long journey. First of all, congratulations.
Yay, congratulations.
On becoming a U.S. citizen, Gabi.
Thank you, thank you.
You're already part of our family, and now you're an American.
Yes, it's been a long process.
Well, let's start at the beginning. What made you want to move from Venezuela here to America?
Well, I knew I wanted to go into journalism. So in Venezuela, because there's a lot of political issues and there's not really freedom of speech, that was a hard thing for me to accomplish if I wanted to be a journalist. So I first moved to Argentina, where I started my college career, and then I got the opportunity to participate in the green card lottery, and I entered the lottery and I won it. So
and you came with 2 suitcases, and that was pretty much it, right?
2 suitcases, yeah. And no, my mom, my dad stay there in Venezuela, and my whole family's there. So I came by myself.
And now you're here.
And now I'm here, yeah.
So we hear that, this can be a lengthy thing, but what was the process like to get your citizenship?
Well, first you have to wait, after you get your green card, you have to wait 5 years to apply for citizenship. And because of the pandemic, that was a step back because they stopped everything. So for me, it was 6 years. So when the pandemic started, I applied anyways, but it took a while for them to respond to me about the process. And then in January is when I got the response and the interview date and the test date, and it was a fast process after that. So
it was waiting, and then all of a sudden everything happened.
Yep.
Other than extreme patience, Gabi, do you have any other tips for people kind of going through or thinking about going through this process?
Well, just follow the rules. That's the most important thing. Follow the rules, and be perseverant. It's gonna take a long time. But you just have to be patient, how you said, and keep pushing.
These are pictures from just last week.
Yes, last week.
Right
yes.
here in San Antonio, and you're smiling for a reason.
Yes.
This has got to be a huge personal accomplishment for you. When you wake up now and you think about all that you've accomplished, not only journalistically, but now becoming an American citizen, what's that feel like?
That day was very emotional for me, and I get emotional right now too because. Again, it was a long process, and it was hard because it's hard not to have your family with you and share all these moments. And especially with the pandemic, the ceremony was just me. I didn't have anyone there. I wasn't allowed to have any guests. And I haven't seen my mom in a year, and my dad, I haven't seen him in 5 years. So it's been hard. But I feel happy with all the accomplishments I've made, and I feel proud of myself.
What do mom and dad have to say about this?
Yeah. Oh, they're over the moon.
I'm very proud of you.
Yes, super excited, super proud, especially because America is the country of the dreams, where dreams come true. So I knew this was my place to be.
We're proud of you too.
Yeah. We are super proud of you. We have about 30 seconds left.
Okay.
I understand you're going to quiz us?
Yes, I'm going to quiz. I chose 2 questions from my citizenship test.
Okay.
So if you don't get them, you're not a citizen.
Okay, got it.
Okay, so first question.
Okay.
What year was the Constitution written?
Written?
Yes.
Oh, I remember you talking about that.
Oh, it's been a while.
We're looking at Justin.
Okay.
I don't remember. What year?
1787.
Okay, I was off. I was going to say 1790s.
1787. And one last one.
Okay.
Who was president during World War I?
World War I.
Woodrow?
Woodrow Wilson?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Well, we just got one.
So you had to study everything.
100 questions. Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, I remember that.
Well, congratulations yet again.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you,
I'm
Gabby.
glad you're part of the GMSA family.
Me too.
Yeah, thanks, Gabby. All right, Justin's standing by, and he's got an update down here. Yep, time for the drought monitor again, and that's been a good trend in the past couple months.
Trending in the right direction.
Yeah.
Congratulations, by the way, Gabby.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
yes, we are looking better when it comes to the drought here in Texas. Not the case out west. It's still bad. They still have a large area there with exceptional drought through parts of Nevada and Utah. However, we have had some monsoonal rains through parts of Arizona and New Mexico last couple of days. That's helping things. It's helping things, and hopefully it will get better. But there are still a lot of wildfire threats, and a lot of those lake levels really low out west. Let's now focus on Texas. Look at this. 3 months ago, 67% of the state was in drought. Now it's only 3%. That's a great number. And that one area is right there in the Big Bend, and it's just moderate. Otherwise, the rest of the state is completely out of drought. And as we look at Medina Lake, always a good barometer here, it's 35% full. It hasn't gained a lot here through our rains, but it is up from last month, almost up a foot. So there is some small improvement there. Here's the setup today. We've got an area of low pressure in the upper levels just to our west. This is generally a pretty good setup for us. We should get some lift, and with some moisture in place, some scattered showers and storms as we get into the afternoon. Right now, about a 40% chance. Again, not everybody's going to get rain today. It'll be that hit or miss type stuff popping up, but there could be some decent downpours in spots. We're also noticing quite a bit of cloud cover to our south. Some of that is starting to work into San Antonio. There are also a few showers right along the coast. Looking at the radar, see the rain coming through Corpus, Rockport, Port A, but nothing here at the moment. Forecast does call for more activity to flare up as we get towards the afternoon. So this is 4 o'clock, showing some isolated to maybe scattered activity that'll work through the area through about 6, 7 o'clock, and then by the time sun goes down this evening, we'll start to see some of this die down. Although around 8 o'clock, still shows some activity out there. There's the scene right now. We've got some clouds trying to move in. 76 degrees at the airport, 78 Stinson, 76 at Kelly, and Randolph, 74 southeasterly breeze for the most part. 75 Bandera, 75 in Divine, and 76 up there at Canyon Lake. 77 Cotulla, 78 out in Gonzales, and plenty humid there in Gonzales too. Dew points are in the mid 70s, but we have seen some improvement in the hill country with dew points finally dropping off into the 60s. Always feels a little bit better when you can get those dew points down, at least just a little. 40% chance of rain, as I mentioned, through the afternoon. Temperatures top out close to 90 today. As we look forward in time with the Saharan dust, and we got to look at this, right? There's a plume out in the Caribbean. It does move in our direction, unfortunately. And so by Friday morning, here we go. Plume starts to move in, and most of the weekend we'll have it around, although this isn't going to be just heavily concentrated. I think it'll just be a little bit of haze in the atmosphere. If you're really sensitive to that kind of thing, it may bug you, but it should be gone by Sunday. Here's the extended forecast. We're going to go 89 again today, 40% chance of rain, 94 tomorrow, 95 Saturday, 96 Sunday. Sunday, Monday, probably our hottest days. We'll get a few more clouds trying to move in. Tuesday into Wednesday, maybe a coastal shower, but in general, this is a dry forecast after today. Much more summer-like, guys.
Yes, but as you mentioned earlier, no triple digits.
That's the truth. It's a good thing.
Thank you, Justin.
Yep.
Well, first, the Milwaukee Bucks won the NBA championship. Then one of the team's superstars scored a giant order of chicken nuggets.
What do the two things have to do with each other? CNN's Jeannie Mose explains.
When you help your team win the NBA championship by scoring 50 points, you apparently work up an appetite, but for what?
50-piece McNuggets.
You'd laugh too if you had 2 trophies nestled between your legs on your way to the Chick-fil-A. Milwaukee Bucks star Giannis Antetokounmpo, aka the Greek Freak, kept getting confused between McDonald's McNuggets
Okay, 50-piece McNugget.
and plain old nuggets from Chick-fil-A.
As soon as you bite into them, you're in a happy place.
Giannis was already in a super happy place even before he got to the drive-thru.
Chick-fil-A, Chick-fil-A.
As he Instagrammed live, ever so politely asking the young woman taking his order,
Can I put your camera? Do you mind or no?
Sure.
There's 150,000 people watching you right now.
Really?
this is a guy who could barely afford a meal before he came to the Bucks around 8 years ago.
I didn't know where my next meal will come from.
Well, now he's living large, or at least ordering large, to match the points he scored.
A 50-piece Mac Minis, 50 exactly.
Okay.
Not 51, not 49.
But he didn't stop at 50 chicken nuggets.
Sausage burritos.
Sausage burrito?
Can I have 2 of them, please?
As one commenter posted, how can you not love this guy? For Giannis, the only thing tastier than 50 chicken nuggets are these 2 golden nuggets
These right here.
that he can't keep his hands or his lips off.
Hey, Giannis,
Jeannie Mose, CNN, New York.
So the question was, how much would 50
Yeah,
Chick-fil-A nuggets cost?
I just went to the 30.
Yeah, and I see a 64 piece.
Oh, yeah,
How much is the 30?
Well, the 30 is $14.
Okay, so the 64 piece, like if you're doing a catering tray, it's only like $24, so it's not
okay.
bad.
Not too bad.
But I know when he said McNuggets, I know Chick-fil-A's like, hello?
Well, you can see the big sign.
Yes,
Yeah.
very happy for
And I was just wondering, and this is my app, of course. I'm just like, oh, wow, I didn't know they had a 50 option. Well, here it goes up to 30, unless I guess you're doing catering.
I know what we're doing for lunch today.
That's good.
9:51, about 77 degrees.
The dictionary just got a little thicker. New slang words created by the youngsters are becoming official. A look at some of them coming up next.
Who's your zaddy?
Good morning.
Hey, guys.
Coming up on Live, we'll chat with Zach Braff.
Plus Kelly's pride and joy, Michael Consuelos from Riverdale. We'll see you soon right here on Live.
And a quick look out with TransGuide this morning. Still a little bit of a holdup there at Loop 410 at W.W. White Road. And then there's a little bit Loop 410 at New Braunfels Avenue, also a holdup is there. It looks like construction.
And a few clouds today, some chances for some pop-up showers and storms. We've seen that most of July, but it ends after today. It turns hot, and the temperatures make it into the mid, even upper 90s by the weekend, guys.
All right, remember, we're just the messengers here. We didn't make this stuff up.
No.
Dictionary.com is adding new slang words to the dictionary this year. They're trying to keep up this summer, and we want to focus on 3 new words you may have heard before.
Yeah, this is for the summer of 2021. So it's yeet, oof, and zaddy.
Yeet is an exclamation of excitement, approval, surprise, or all-around energy, often used when doing a dance move or throwing something.
I like that. Oof, it's like an interjection, an exclamation used to sympathize with someone else's pain or dismay or to express one's own.
And finally, the cherry on top, zaddy.
Aww.
It's a noun, an attractive man who is stylish, charming, and self-confident. Here's an example. Both actors are the perfect hybrid of the 2 most holy things in this world, daddy and zaddy.
Mark said, here's an example. I thought he was going to say me.
No.
I mean,
Have a good day, guys.
Oof.